Well, we're here. What's up? How are you doing,
Hi,
girlfriend? Hey, check it out.
I'm good.
I'm representing my friend.
Of course, Tahano ain't dead, Mr.
Johanna
Rick.
here. Just want to know this past Wednesday, I was in San Antonio and I visited my good friend Rick, and he's doing good. So, amen. Let's keep
Yes,
our prayers so that way he can continue. And Richie, I saw Richie as well. And Richie, both of them to keep doing well. And today we have like a vocal powerhouse, like a person who is just like amazing. And I told her brother the other day when I talked to her brother, I said, you know what? Your sister has like the most infectious smile. It's like
yes, that's
your
true.
smile, you just can't. You have to smile. You can have a really crappy day all day long. You see her smile, you just have to smile. So with that being said, let's just go ahead and bring her on. Roll that intro for the one and only Miss Destiny Navaira. Yay! Oh, I hit the wrong button. welcome. See, Rick is already here. He says, "Woohoo!" By the way, you did awesome, Destiny. By the way, at his benefit, that was really cool. You guys came
Thank
in.
you.
It was so hot.
So hot.
It was like I was telling your brother. I was like, Rigo, bro, you were drenched. And he goes, I took it out right before I got there, man. It was so hot.
For
Yeah.
sure. Well, thank you guys for having me on. I just want to say kudos to you guys for your graphics and like your intros and stuff. It's pretty cool.
That's
Oh
all
well,
him.
no. I pay this little German kid. He's like 4 years old, and he's no. Just kidding. No, I should have said Bangladeshi. People would have believed that, man. He's
Right.
an Indian. I'm an Indian. He's a dot. I'm a feathers. It's like when we work.
Oh my God.
I just like, oh my goodness, he does such a great job. It's just I just, I don't know. No, it's something I've done for a long time. People are always going, hey, what program do you use? Uh,
It's in
it's
here
not going to
too.
matter because, I mean,
It looks great. It looks
thank you
great.
so very much. Yeah. Rick says, Destiny is amazing. Yes, she is
Oh, thank
amazing. Yes.
you.
Yeah.
Thank
Definitely.
you.
Definitely. So, how have you been, sweetheart? How are you doing?
So I'm good. I'm just working on new music, of course. We just moved back from Monterrey about 7 months ago, so I'm readjusting to the lifestyle here in San Antonio, and just really working hard to further my career, not just mine, but my brothers as well, my dad as well. We really do well working together, and
Mhm.
it's something that we enjoy doing. So every chance we get, it's either writing, it's recording demos, it's planning the projects that we already have, working on the set. It's truly 24 hours of music, and I've just been so blessed that I've been able to do so for so long. And just that I'm following my passion. I feel blessed that I get to do that because I know a lot of people don't. And
Yeah.
sometimes, it's a struggle, but at the same time, hitting that stage and putting out videos and hearing the responses, it makes it all worth it at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Oh, most definitely. Y'all are very uber talented, and I shared this with Diego. I mean Diego with Rico the other day. Um, that when I met your dad, it was like 15, 20 years ago, and I was so impressed by his musicality. The fact that what he knew, because not a lot of people knew that he was the musical director of Vanilla.
Yeah.
He was the creator of El Carismático. He was the one who started the dancing and everything else, but he's just his attention to detail in the music was bar none.
Well,
And
and he still does. I mean,
yeah,
I tell people all the time, because they ask me, is it easier because you're Raulito's daughter, or is it harder? And personally, like as me creating music, it's harder because I do have a standard to reach. I always tell people I can send him a song, and there's no sugarcoat. He'll say that song's it's not cutting it. And so, it's a good thing because I do feel like I hold myself to a standard that, I'm not going to put something out unless it's got that Navaira stamp of approval. And right now, basically, I'm at the point to where, okay, I kind of know he's not going to like this song. And
You're like, you can hear him already.
right. And there's sometimes where I'll overthrow it and then he'll end up liking it. And I'm like, I told you that.
See, I knew it. I knew it. Yes, I already did.
Yeah.
Producer Archuleta Fincher Mancini, one of the best names in Tejano. She says, "Hey, Lawrence and Dio, you are always in beautiful company. Listens to you all. Thank you so very much, sweetheart. I really do appreciate her because she actually listens to us during her break.
Hey.
She's at work right now, so she'll take her break, come in and listen to however long she has to during her break. That's a true fan right there. It's Tejano time. What time is it? Tejano time. Shout out from DFW joining us today. So and that's I really do understand that because I've seen him, in different stages of his career.
Yeah.
And just listening to the music and how he paid attention to everything. And it's always been a pleasure to see somebody work at their craft and do it so well.
Yeah.
For such a long time.
And a lot of people don't know, right? That I think a lot of people think he's just the showman. Or he was just the showman.
Yeah.
But he is a Grammy award-winning songwriter, producer, and so he definitely has taught us everything we know, and just to be able to kind of follow in his footsteps and keep striving. My goal is to strive to find my como le haré. That's what I want.
Yeah.
And so it's just really, really, it's really nice that I get to still work with my dad. And he's a little bit more behind the scenes right now, but he will be back, and I have big plans for him. Primero Dios, we'll all be on the road together pretty soon. But it's just been such a fun ride to have him there with us, not all the time, but at the big important things. And we really try to make him as proud as we can, and that's just kind of something that he instilled in us at a very young age, for sure.
And yeah, and you know what? I mean, but as great as he is, you still have your own kudos. You still have your own, skins on the wall. You've done so well as Destiny Navaira. You shouldn't sell yourself short because you have accomplished as much, if not more, in your short career. And I say short career because compared to him, not just, you just started yesterday. No. That's not what I meant. I meant, in comparison to his career, you've accomplished a lot. And, that's uber praise for you, to do as much as you have. Yeah. And I'm just really impressed. I was saying earlier before that I was miserable at Rick Valderrama's fundraiser, because it was so hot. And I had been there since 11 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, wow.
And I had the same transplant that Richie did.
Oh, okay.
So, but I had it like 4 years ago. And so, it's a chore for me to be there all day long. And I was there with a good friend of mine, buddy from It's Tejano Time. And he says, love Destiny and Rigo's performance at Valderrama's fundraiser. It was hot. He was there.
Thank
I know.
you.
He was definitely there. But I was like, I was trucking along. I had a job. I had a mission. I was going to capture it on air and everything else. I was going to do everything. But I wasn't feeling good because it was so hot. And it's not because the show was bad or anything. It was just hot. But when you got on stage and you put on the show and you start smiling, I couldn't help but smiling. I was like, why the hell am I smiling? It didn't get any colder. It was still hot. But you have that infectious smile. And I really love the fact that you really put out a great show and people were enjoying themselves. And you know what? Hot or not, people were dancing. They were having a great time that night.
Yeah.
It was really wonderful to see everybody that was there together.
It was so nice to see, so many people, of course, artists and musicians that to us, have become family. And, they've kind of seen us start and end up where we are right now. And it's just really, I enjoy doing things like that. The Valderrama family, They go to our events, they go to everyone's events, and so when they asked us to do it, we said, of course, not an issue. And it was just, it honestly reminded me of the old times, of the old dances when everybody's there and it's hot and you're sweating.
Yeah.
And I think that's why maybe me and Rigo had a little bit more fun on stage, because it
Mhm.
kind of brought us back
And it was
to
just a
that
bunch of,
time.
and the band, by the way, was just a bunch of guys that just got together on the
Yeah.
stage. It was just like, but you had a lot of good. I mean, they were great
Oh
musicians. I'm
yeah,
not saying that they were. It was really cool though because everybody just got on and they were like, "Hey, let's just do this
let's do it.
and let's go." And Rigo was using somebody else's bass, and I was like, "Dude, you were just like going to town on it." It was just wonderful. Borrado Lopez from Houston, Texas says, "What's up, NDO?" And hello, Miss Destiny. How are you doing? And the beautiful Barbie as well. Harvey Valdez says, "Saludos from Harvey and Christina, the Squeeze Box girl.
Oh yeah,
Destiny and
Christina.
her dad and her brother are amazing, talented musicians and singers, and the pleasure of meeting them all." See, there you go.
Saludos.
Oh, and we've got a small little person that just joined us. Raulito Navaira. He says, "Hi,
Wow.
Destiny is
Very
my
good.
best." He's the best.
I'm
Yeah.
the favorite.
You're the favorite daughter. You're the favorite daughter. Yeah, I'm the favorite. What do the other kids say? Mallory Perez, she says Destiny's new song is amazing.
Oh,
Yes,
thank you,
it is.
Mallory.
Yeah, she says Forever has been my morning song on repeat while I get ready for the
Yay!
Oh.
basketball. Now you know that's a true Mexicana because it's always a song that you play when you either get up
Loud.
or when you go to wash the dishes or when you got to sweep the floor or something. There's that song that you got to put on there. You know,
I love it.
Mine has always been swing low, sweet bird. I'm just kidding. Alfredo the Lone Meskin, he says, "Hello, how are you doing, brother? Thank you so very much." Grupo Fijo, by the way, that's where his group
Grupo
is.
Fijo. Mhm.
So, with the new transition, because I mean, when you were in Monterrey, I couldn't imagine being in. I, I I've been to Mexico 4 times. Twice I was drunk, so I don't know if they count. But, I
That's
mean,
when they count the most.
there was like, well, I was really, really drunk, and I don't know. I mean, it was like, okay, but but here recently, I've gone down to like Laredo and Brownsville, to shoot music videos and stuff like that, and so that's as close to the border as you can get without being over the border.
Yeah.
And the culture is different. The people are different. And
Yeah.
first of all, I'm Native American, so people automatically get mad at me because I don't speak Spanish. Or to them, immediately, and I'm like, sorry, you know. My name is Michuampi Achelo, and they're like, nah, yeah, you're a Julio. It's like, wait.
Right?
Well,
But
it's definitely different. I mean, when you go from the border towns kind of deeper, like Monterrey is not too far really from San Antonio. It's like you're driving to Dallas. That's kind of like the distance. But it's definitely, a totally different world from here. But I think if anything, it just kind of broadened my horizons.
mhm,
I chose to move because when La Preferida came out, the first single was Inolvidable. And I tell everybody I am a overachiever, like type A person, like no patience, that kind of thing. And so when Inolvidable came out, I really was expecting a bigger response from the
Mm,
Tejano world, and I
mm,
just didn't get the response that I
yeah.
wanted. So my manager at the time, I just said, let's just try to get my song on the radio in Mexico and see, what it's like. Monterrey is our second home. My family is so well received there. My uncle, they crowned him El Rey de Rodeo there. So it was just kind of my next step. And so
mhm,
I got the opportunity to go do some radio, things like that. And then the ball just kept snowballing. And we
Nice.
ended up moving in September of 2020. And I really think that it set me apart from all of the new artists coming here, especially because at that time there was a lot of girls,
yeah,
Hmm.
coming out. Isabel, Monica, Devin. I mean, there was a bunch of girls recording and putting stuff out, and so I feel like that kind of made me a little bit different, um, kind of taking that Mexican route, and it just opened my eyes to a whole different world. That's what I think is so special about Forever. I really feel like it truly um, captured both my Texas side and my Mexican side. And I think, without living in Mexico we lived there for 4 years in Monterrey, I don't think I would have been able to produce that song because it's just really a mixture of who I am now. And I tell my dad sometimes, I miss speaking Spanish. It's not that he can't, it's just that we don't speak Spanish at the house,
Right. Yeah.
so it just really opened my eyes to, my heritage. It opened my eyes to what Tejano can be. And I'm just really, really grateful for the experience. I plan to move back either to Monterrey or to Mexico City. I really enjoyed Mexico City a lot. But I think it developed me as an artist, and really kind of gave me a clear, vision of what I want to do, the people I want to reach, and where I want to go.
Well, it's good to broaden your horizons and not put yourself in a box.
Yeah,
Sometimes we tend to do that, as people, especially because of this.
Yeah.
This limits us.
for sure.
I've said the cell phone is the predecessor, the predicate, the reason, the catalyst to put us into a bubble.
Yeah,
Our world ceases to be the world; it starts to be just our existence outside of the phone,
for
and
sure.
that's the wrong attitude to have. That's the wrong thing, and it's unfortunate. I shared it a couple of weeks ago. A Native American saying is, we should live in silence. Silence is gold. Um, but today we don't like silence. We're afraid of it.
Yeah,
We have to fill it up with something. We talk over each other. We lack the respect of giving each other time to talk. And then when we have silence, we're afraid of it. We try to fill it up. We don't even know what we're filling it up with. We just need to fill it up because we can't have silence. But without silence, we cannot hear.
yeah. No, for sure.
And that's the issue that broadening our horizons is a brave thing. Moving to Mexico, that's brave. That takes a lot of guts, but it also reaffirms the fact that you are who you are. And
Yeah,
that's really something to be commended with, because there are a lot of people that won't do the move, that can,
yeah.
but they won't. And so the fact that you did that, and you've come back, because I was asked the question, what is her vocal style? I don't know.
I don't know.
She's a powerhouse. I know she can sing some.
Loud.
No, you're not loud. She's like, I can do it.
I'm loud. I have a built-in mic right here.
No, I mean, you can sing for sure. Like you can really do. You can belt out a song, but you can whisper a song. That was one of the things that made me really be a fan of Juan Gabriel
Oh
when I
yeah,
first heard him, because he could go from a whisper to a really, really high note, and like that. It's just amazing the talent that it takes to command your voice that way. And you're on that same level because you're able to sing quietly, softly, but yet reach the heights, the loudness, the clarity. And that's really awesome. I
thank
really
you.
do, because you have to understand how I listen to music, because I'm not a native speaker. So I hear music first.
Hmm.
I hear tones first. Then I interpret music. After I've heard the song, I go back and I try to interpret what it is that I've heard. Because a
Right.
lot of times I'm just hearing, and I'm like, holy crap, she's really mad. I've heard a song before. I was doing a show. I was doing my Saturday show where I get letters and I read letters and I dedicate these songs and everything else. And this was really sad. It was a letter where this woman, she was an abusive relationship, and she got out. She found love, and now she's in a perfect relationship with a perfect man who appreciates her for who she is. So I dedicated this song to her because I'm like, this is your song. And I asked my wife, I said, Grace, this is a perfect love song, right? And she's like, that's a I'm leaving you song. And I go, how can it be I'm leaving? She said amor like 10 times. And she's like, that's what she's saying. I'm going to go find my love. I was like, oh, crap. So, see, it's not, I mean, that's why. So, but yeah, it's great that you did that. So I don't know where I was going
Thank
with
you.
that. But anyway.
Yeah, no, I think, that vocal kind of ability, it takes time, it takes experience. I remember when we first got on the road, um, we finished out my uncle's tour in 2008 after the accident, and um, I just wanted to sing everything, anything I could sing, at the oohs, at the ahs. And yes, it's great, it's great that you can do that, but you learn to be disciplined,
Mm.
over time. That comes with studio work, that comes with, performing more live. And I think also with the thing that I pride myself most in is that I write my songs, I co-write them. As if I'm not writing them, I co-write them. And I try my best to be in the studio when they're doing drums, when they're doing the bass, even though I can't, I think that's so boring, but I'm there.
Yes.
Like, I'm there. But that's what I pride myself in. And you learn about a lot. You learn about a lot of things, not just, singing wise, but like you say, a lot of people, Spanish is not their first language. And especially today, the Karin Leons, the Becky G's, the Talias, the Shakira, all this mainstream music now that's mainstream, and thank God, um, a lot of the crowd doesn't know what they're saying. So what
Mm.
I try to do is, I was once in those shoes. I would make my dad literally translate everything for me before I had Google Translate. And you know,
There's an app for that.
I
yeah,
love
there's an
that.
app for that. And I wanted to, I want to make sure that they feel first,
Right.
whether it's through the melody, whether it's through the video. You need to feel first, like you said. You hear the tones and the melodies and what sounds pretty and what hits you. So that's what I pride myself in, and I feel like, evolving from album one to working on album three. I think I'm getting a little bit more of the hang of that.
Well,
Yeah,
the growth is there. It's definitely, you
thank
can
you.
definitely see it, and I mean the presence on stage. Like I told you, it's definitely there on stage, bar none. And you can see it in the music as well. Real quick, El Gallo Guiro, he says, "Saludos desde Pecos, Texas."
Pecos,
Hey,
Texas.
Pecos, Texas,
They don't
born.
even have a they don't even have a Dairy Queen, I don't think.
I know, I know. I went and shot a music video there. They don't have anything past 10 o'clock.
They have a
They're-
Starbucks, I think. They have a
yeah,
Starbucks.
they have like a Allsups, and I had like Allsup burritos, and it
Oh,
made me so sick. And I was like,
good.
I'm never coming back. And I went back to like a week later. It was
shout
terrible.
out to Texas. It's been a
Steven,
while.
right?
It's been a
Steven
while.
Martinez, the truck driver, is here. Hey, Martinez, the truck driver. Thank you so very much for joining us. Vicky V, hello. Congratulations on your award, Vicky. Yeah. So that was
Congratulations.
cool for you. Congratulations. Norma Salazar says, hello, Destiny Navaira.
Hi, Nona.
Norma, thank you so very much from Mission. Is it Mission, Michigan?
Michigan?
Michigan? I think it's Michigan. I don't know. I'm pretty good at name.
Mhm.
Patricia, she sends a bunch of hearts and she's like, hello, Indio. And hello. Thank you, Norma. Gigi La Chicana Guerrero says, saludos de Mission, Texas.
Mission, Texas.
Hello, Indio, and saludos, Destiny. Thank you so very much for joining us, guys. I really do appreciate you. El Gallo says, hey, Destiny, will you come sing the national anthem for our Pro Ball club and the Pecos Bills?
Yeah, just send
That
me a
was good.
message.
Send out an invitation. You know how you
We'll
get
make it
you know how you
happen.
get your favorite band and your favorite artist out to your place? Ask your promoter.
Barbecue for us.
That too.
That's honestly that's what you need because of the fact that they're fishing. They keep bringing the same ones because you keep going to the same ones. But you want something new. You want something. You tell them. You walk up and say, "Hey, look, we want to hear Destiny Navaira," because they don't know what you want.
Yeah.
They're fishing. That's all they're doing is fishing. So the best thing for you to do is just walk up there and say, "Hey, buddy, check it out, man. Destiny Navaira's got this new song that is so awesome. It's going to blow your socks off, and everybody here is going to love it." And I know because I got everybody here is my relatives. We're all related to another. And then just go like that. And Vicky V says, thank you. Let's see. Raulito says, heartburn with that. Brother. I Raulito, well, we have that. I have a story I wanted to share with you, but just remember Baby O's in Dallas.
Baby O's. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Baby O's in Dallas, burritos, and a particular drink that I don't want to mention. That's enough. Holland, Michigan. That's where she's from. Holland, Michigan.
Holland, Michigan. Awesome.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Michigan, to everybody up north, también todos de
Yes.
California, Florida. We don't get to get out there much, but hopefully soon, we'll be kind of going. We'll actually be in Milwaukee, Wisconsin this August
Oh yeah, for the
for the Mexican Fiesta. We're
for
really,
Mexican.
really excited. We're putting um, a special show together. It's going to be myself and my brother Rigo. We're performing as Los Navaira, and we're putting a really special show together for the people of Wisconsin.
Yes, yes, Raulito, you're right. Jack was there. You remember that. Never mind. I'm not going to mention the story. You know exactly what I'm talking about. By the and also we have a couple of people from Cuba that are joining us as well. So
Wow, Cuba. That's on my bucket list.
that's in your bucket list.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been invited to go, and I'm like, I don't know if I can go. So
It's on my bucket list.
David Vela says, "Hello, Indio. Oakland is watching. How are you
Oakland.
doing? It's Oakland. You know, I have some Marines in Japan, a group of Marines that I bet them 2 years ago. I'm a big Dallas Cowboys fan. That the Cowboys were going to beat the San Francisco 49ers, and the whole troop of Marines, they were 49ers fans.
Oh,
And if the Cowboys lost, I was going to wear a jersey.
don't ever do that.
I was like firm. I believed. Okay, I believe I can fly.
Right.
And they bombed. So I had to wear it. And then the very next week, it was like Oakland. Hey, we're gonna. And I was like, nope, not Oakland.
No, thank you.
So,
You learned your lesson.
yeah, Norma says we will see you there. That's why I'm just. That's it. So no. Einstein says musics. Yeah. Well, we'll play some music here in a bit. So don't worry. And but anyway, the it's your new evolution that you've gone through, and especially with Rigo, you know, he's releasing some of his music as well, which is really good.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, I think what helps is that y'all are branching out, but then y'all are not completely. You're not anywhere separate. You're still connected in a lot of ways, but it's good to kind of help build the whole, you know, brand, the conglomerate. You know.
Well, it was always in the plans, I was just ready, cooked first, and I did my first album here in Texas with Rudy Olivares, which is Fito's son. He's
Right.
the producer of my first record. And then when we did the move to Mexico, we did half in Houston, half in Monterrey. And during that time, we were writing a lot of songs. I've actually had this song forever since 2022.
You had it forever.
I've had it forever, right?
See what I did there?
And it was always in the works for Rigo to have a project. He just needed to kind of prepare himself, figure himself out, and I'm super proud of him. He's working really hard. His songs are super catchy. He's come a long way with the Spanish. He's come a long way as a singer and a musician. I don't know how he can play and sing at the same time. Like I cannot do it. But I just it's cool to see him grow. He's at the end of the day, he's my baby brother, and I'll always have him in my head a certain way. But it's cool to see him grow, and I couldn't do what I do without him. I know it's a lot of me saying, Rigo, do this, Rigo, do that, but he also, brings something to the table that I don't. So it's a good dynamic that we have, and you can keep expecting music from him, from myself, from my dad. We love it. We love music. I've tried to not do it. I've tried to quit, but it doesn't happen. So
Yeah, no, it doesn't happen. Raulito says it's Lady Antebellum Tejano style. That's exactly it.
Love that.
Yeah, and
analogy. Yeah.
yeah, and you know what? I mean, even still, it's I'm trying to make it you, but you are so part of everything else, and that's kind of, Rigo asked me, well, why didn't you interview Destiny first? And I was like, well, it's because I need to get her, just her. I don't want it to be all of y'all. I want, because y'all each have equal footing, equal ground. And that's what I believe, to give y'all equal.
thank you. I appreciate that.
you know.
Yeah, my brother, deserves his own spotlight. You know, as ambitious as I am as far as, awards and being in certain things, just because it's not me, I still push him, and I said it on Bumper. I said, he will be male vocalist of the year pretty soon.
Yeah,
So it's just something that he deserves his own spotlight,
his due.
and I think we learned that, from my dad and my uncle, that my uncle was the voice. My uncle was, Emilio. Nobody could ever take that away from him. But my dad was a humongous part of the show. I mean, just it wasn't the same without him.
Mm.
And he wrote the songs, the hit songs, and people look for him to this day. I mean, when we were in Monterrey, we'd be downtown or at a restaurant, and then they'd see, oh, look, it's the Navairas or whatever,
Yeah.
and put on the music video or the music, and just, where's your
Oh,
dad? ¿Dónde está tu papi? And it's so nice to see how much love that they really do have for our family, and we were welcomed with open arms.
that's
There's certain things that I feel like I still have to accomplish in order for me to really get where I want to. But I've just been so blessed to have big opportunities. We performed at Pal Norte with La Leyenda.
Mm.
Um, I've performed with La Casetera at the Pabellon M, this big auditorium in Monterrey, sold out show. I've performed with Desigual. I had a birthday party celebration 2 years ago there. I had David Lee as a special guest. I had Ricky from Desigual. I had La Pantera. He's the bajo player from La Firma. I mean, I've just been able to record and work with these amazing people that have really taken their time to help me and taken interest in my project. And to me, that was the biggest thing. You know, I when it first happened, I was like, wow, like, I wrote these songs in my bedroom because I was pissed off or I was hurt or whatever. And now to see a project come alive, and from the first album to what we're doing now, I mean, just everybody who's been a part of it, whether they're still in my team or not, it's been it's just been a blessing. I've had God's put great people in my life, and I just pray that He continues to do so. And we've had a lot of fun. I mean, I have had so much fun recording, writing. We went to the Latin Grammys in 2022, and it was just amazing. It was like literally, I was like, man, my dream's right here. Let me grab it.
Yeah,
yeah.
And so just to have that experience, early on in my career, it really just gives me a good sense of direction for sure.
and you know what it's like. You rub shoulders with people that were there. You
Yeah,
know,
I
it's
laugh. I was telling I can't remember who I was talking to, but the night before the Grammys, they have the Person of the Year celebration, and my year it just happened to be Marco Antonio Solis, and
mhm.
I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm gonna meet Jesus, like this is crazy. So, going, and I was kind of sitting by myself, and um, everybody was trying to run to him. Cristian
Mhm.
Nodal came in. I mean, so many people, they were running to them. And I saw hats kind of bouncing like this. And I jumped up and I was like, Bronco! And I ran. I'm a huge Bronco fan. And I got to take pictures with them, talk to them. We were actually nominated
So
together
cool.
because I have the duet with Jose Esparza, which is Lupe's son. So it was
Mhm.
just, such a memorable experience. My first time being there, and just taking it in, was
Mhm.
we would have loved to win. Don't get me wrong. I already had my speech in my head and everything, but just to be there was amazing, and to experience that, for the first time, with my family, with my friends, it was a great experience.
Well, it's a great shared experience, and that's really
Yes.
an awesome thing. That's wonderful. Raulito said, "My Rigo is the best." You said that about Destiny.
I
Just
know, right? He got to make sure he throws that
She's
in too.
covering ground, covering
Yeah,
ground.
it was like
I see. I see.
covering all the bases, loco.
Mhm. Good dad.
Irene,
Good dad.
Irene says, "Saludos from Glendale, Arizona. How are you doing, sweetheart?"
Arizona.
Jenny
Hello.
Canales, how are you doing, sweetheart? She's joining us today. How are you doing, sweetheart? Yeah, that's it's wonderful that you're there. Lupita Infante, Raulito said,
Lupita.
Lupita, don't
Yeah,
forget.
that was so that's one of the things that I really hold close to my heart. After the second album, I they had my label had been telling me, why don't you record some of your uncle's songs? And for me, I didn't want to start that way because I didn't
Mhm.
want to say people to be like, this is back when I cared what people thought. Now I don't care. But before, I didn't want them to be like, oh, well, she's just recording Emilio's music. And then I felt like after the Latin Grammys, okay, I got there on my own music. So now I'm ready to do this. And so we did Las Letras de mi Padre. I did 6 songs that my dad wrote of different styles. And I wanted to surprise him. I did surprise him. He actually didn't hear the album until the day it came out.
Oh
And
wow.
Oh,
so
wow.
we had a listening party, and he was hearing the songs for the first time, and we were getting raw
Wow.
reactions. And so for the second single, I invited Lupita Infante, who is Pedro Infante's granddaughter,
Mhm.
my uncle, my dad, my grandfather, huge Pedro Infante fans. I mean, if you kind of pay attention to my uncle's style, it's a little bit, he kind of resembles that character. And um, so she said yes. I had met her in a festival the July before we recorded, and we just got really close. And she was like, "Of course, I'll do it." I surprised him. She recorded a video. It was just so
That's cool.
so meaningful, and to be able to have that project with her. She's an amazing artist, incredible singer, incredible performer, and it's just so cool that I have her now. Part of my Destiny repertoire,
Yeah,
and it's just been so cool. We still stay in touch, and she's just a great person, for sure.
that's awesome. Norma says awesome artist as well.
Mhm.
Yes,
Felipe Leo, how are you doing, girl, buddy? Bro,
girl.
girl, no, he's not bro. He's a fellow photog. He carries his
Mhm.
camera around just as I do.
Mhm.
Saludos, brother. How are you doing? And Juanita Reina. That's why I said girl, because I was looking at her name.
Dallas. We'll
Saludos for
be in
Dallas.
Fort Worth, I believe, in September.
Yeah.
So we haven't been to Dallas in a while, but we'll be in Fort Worth pretty
Lupe
soon.
Guerra, saluditos from Laredo, Texas.
Laredo.
Laredo, how are you doing, guys? Well,
How hot is it over there?
oh, right. How hot is it down there? Because I got to be in Harlingen, I think. I'm shooting a music video in Harlingen this weekend.
I bet you it's hotter than here.
Well, the last time I went, it was so hot. And I was where they gave me the directions, like just take this road, and I'm driving, and I'm surprised I had cell phone service. And they're like, Lawrence, where are you? And I was like, I'm far. I don't know where I'm at, but I'm far,
Far away.
far away. They're not even buzzards here. I could die and there's nobody to feed off my bones because there's nothing out here, not bugs, not grass, just the road. There's nobody here but me and desolate land. That's it. Nothing. And then in the middle of nowhere, like 2 hours of driving with nothing, I pull in and there's like a border patrol thing.
Oh, okay.
And so I stopped so that way I could go to the bathroom because I had a porta pot. And so the guys are like, "Hey," I was like, "Dude,
I
how,
gotta go.
how do you guys get here?" I mean, it's like you're in the middle of freaking nowhere. They're like, "Yep, you
That's
know,
Texas. That's Texas for you.
oh,
Yep.
well, y'all have a good one." Gotta ask, are you from here? And I was like, I'm like 2000 generation Texan, bro. I mean, I'm from the land.
Yep,
Yeah.
for sure.
Long before
sure.
anybody. This is pre Plymouth Rock, bro. That's what and so I got in the car and drove off. And I was like, but it was. I mean, there's places there you can get lost and nobody will find you. It's so far away.
For
But anyway,
sure.
I mean, hopefully it won't be that hot, but we do what we can, right? So this song, "Forever," you mentioned that Laredo weather is 105 with the heat index.
No, thank you.
Sounds like Houston.
Oh my God! I will tell you this: where I live in San Angelo, a couple of years, like 10 years ago, we set the record, the world record of 99 days of 100-degree weather, consecutive 100-degree
No.
weather, 99 days in a row. But for the year, we had 127 days of 100-degree weather.
That's crazy.
That is that is Africa hot. That is jungle hot. That is baking cookies on your dashboard hot.
Sure.
That is super hot. And that is Lauren staying inside with the air conditioner all day long. That's what that is.
All day.
All day, because there's no way. Hey, you want to go through the trash? Nope. I'm going to leave it right there where it is. So tell me a little bit about Forever. You already said that you wrote it a long time ago, but what made you say this is going to be actually, hold on. Raulito says, ask her about Nieve de Chocolate.
Yeah, so Nieve de Chocolate, I got invited to do a song with this new artist from Monterrey. His name is Morenito de Fuego. And he invited me to do a song, and it's called Nieve de Chocolate. And it's a really good cumbia. And we went down to Monterrey in last October, and I recorded it with him, and it did really well for him on Spotify and on iTunes, and boosted up my numbers. So, I've just been blessed to collaborate with different artists. And I also did a song with Big Mountain. They're the ones who sing Ooh, baby, I love you.
Yeah.
So I did a collab with them as well. My producer and we have a producer, and so just different things. I'm throwing my fishing rods out, and seeing what comes back. And that's one thing that I also pride myself in is I'm a versatile vocalist. I love the mariachi. I love banda. I love R&B. I love rock and roll. I love Tejano. I feel like, I can not make my voice a certain way, but my voice is able to adjust. And that's something that I pride myself in. If you listen to my albums as well, I mean, I've got all kinds of styles on there. And
you have
that's kind of what I asked my dad. The second album, I kind of asked him, how did y'all know what y'all wanted to record, and he was like, we just, whatever we felt was going to be good. That's what we did. And I think that was the beauty of my Uncle Emilio's music as well, is if you go, first of all, you don't have to skip a song. And second of all, you get a little bit of everything. And I think that's why people loved him so much.
Yeah. And, speaking of your dad, one of my favorite songs from Sound Life album was No Te Aventajes de Mí, I play that. I used to play that all the time. People were like, who's that singing?
Other day, I went to the gas station down the street for my grandma's, and I got off, and it was on the radio. It's like a Mexican gas station. Cool. I was like, hello, Dad, you're following me.
That is so cool.
Yeah, it's a great song. I mean, the whole construct, it's great. It's a simple song, but I love it to death. Just once it's structured well, that's all that really matters. Good structure is it. Lupe Guerra says a few days back the heat index in Laredo was 120.
Y'all need to get out of there.
That's hot. Let's take a listen to Forever from Destiny Navaira, so that way we can get to understanding the song that we were talking about just a while ago. I got the music video here. So just go ahead and take a listen to it. If you're listening to it, I'm telling you, it's going to be an awesome song if you haven't heard it already. That is the Destiny Navaira. That is the Barbie Chicken. I'm Indio right here on QVO Radio.
faltó
Beautiful.
There you
Thank
go.
you.
That was awesome. And
Thank
like
you.
I don't know if you caught that earlier, but I was saying when I did the intro, is that every time I see you smile, I gotta smile, girl. You have this infectious smile. It's
Thank
like,
you.
I can't help it. I'm like, don't smile, don't smile. She's like,
Thank you.
Irene says beautiful. Juanita, she's like, oh, it's a beautiful voice, beautiful,
Thank
beautiful
you
too,
so
beautiful
much.
song. And a lot. It's wonderful to hear you effortlessly change between Spanish and English, which is a good thing, but also the tonality of the song is just so beautiful.
Thank you.
And once again, it shows the versatility in your vocal capacity. It shows your versatility. The fact that because if you really try to sing that song, it's difficult. It's a difficult song. It's not something that you can just I'm going to sing it today. No, no, no. You got to
Yeah.
practice at this one. David Vela says, you have an awesome voice.
Thank you.
She does. That's why she recorded. No,
Thank
just
you.
kidding. Yeah. Mallory Perez, she said, Destiny, tell us about that video. Who came up with the Polaroid idea?
Yeah, so originally, when we first got the song done, I felt like it kind of had like a lowrider feel, like West Coast Cali kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
And so originally what I wanted, my big ideas, right? I had I wanted like a party, and I wanted to for me to be looking for him and him to be looking for me, and then I wanted a scene with like a lowrider, like I wanted all this stuff. And it just didn't end up working with the dates and just different things that I had. I shot that in Monterrey. So I said, all right, plan B, what are we going to do? And I had just bought one of those little Insta whatever cameras
Yeah.
that they print. And I said I'm just gonna print big Polaroids, little Polaroids, and have them, and then it'll show us like taking pictures of each other. And I really wanted the video to capture, from the beginning. I wanted you to feel like your first crush again, or like when you
Mm.
feel that way about a person. And
Hmm.
so I think that really captured the Polaroids. That's kind of something cute that couples do together. And so it just kind of, I like to really think about music videos. It's one of my favorite things. I don't like to shoot them, but I do like to make them in my head. But
I,
yeah,
I,
it came out really good. I loved it. Loved it.
it's a great concept. I love Rigo's music video. I told him
Yes.
the other day. See, last year I shot 19 music videos, and so
Wow.
yeah, this year I'm already at number 5. I'm gonna do 6. Actually, I'm gonna do
Dang.
2 this weekend. But no, it's wonderful to visualize the story behind it. And
Yeah. It's
it's
part of the project, right? It's part of
yeah.
the thing. The first album I did, La Preferida, I remember crazy again. I'm crazy. I was like, there's 10 songs, I want 10 videos. And I think
Okay.
we ended up with 7. And it was just
Wow.
like, oh my gosh, it was the craziest time of my life. I said I'm never doing this again. Maybe
Right?
3 or 4 an album.
Yeah, well, it's just because people. First of all, people don't have a firm understanding of what it takes. First of all, to have just a song, the single in itself, what it takes to get a single, because of the
Yeah.
fact that you first there's the recording of the dummy track, and then the vocals, and then the instruments are recorded, and then the singer comes back to sing along with the instruments, and then the adjustments are for the instruments, and then once the final master for the instruments is done, the vocalist comes back to sing the master of the vocals to make sure that they match the new instruments, and then comes the mix mastering of both of them,
Yeah.
then the final master. Then once the final master is done, then you got to submit everything so that way you get the proper royalties, and then you can release it. Oh wait, we're going to shoot a music video.
Yeah, it's so much. I mean, and again, I'm very blessed right now. I'm signed with Uni Music. They are
Mhm.
a record label out of Monterrey, Nuevo León, under the direction of Manuel Herrera. And my producer is Poncho Herrera, Alfonso Herrera, his brother. And they are actually the grandkids of Fernando Maldonado, and he's the writer of Volver, Volver, and Hermoso
Oh
Café.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So their music runs deep in their veins. Their mother actually wrote me a song on my last album, Vacia. We performed it together. So it's just very very connected. They recorded with my uncle, my dad back in the day. They won my uncle's American Grammy together. So we just have a lot of history, and it's so, with all of that process, I'm very blessed to have such a great musical team. And then aparte, for the social media now, that's another part. Social media, the bookings, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
My manager right now, Ruben Valdez, Hernandez Valdez, he's just been such a great help to me, along with my dad, my brother. It's really a team effort, and I'm very lucky to have the people that I have right now. And so forever, I've had the song since 2022. It's evolved a lot. We definitely evolved it. Mario Ortiz, I invited him to play the keyboards. He's the one that recorded the keyboards,
Yeah.
and he just knew exactly what I wanted. And I didn't even have to tell him. I just said, "Here, Mario, do your thing," and he did
That's
great.
Mario O for those of y'all that don't.
Mario, oh yes. And
Because
then also I have Frankie Chavez. He's the ex drummer of La Firma that's recording. My brother, as well as Luke Salas, my guitar player. So I just have very talented people, helping me and creating this music with me. It's really a team effort, and I get the attention, but it's because of them, that I'm able to do that as well. And I'm not musically, as far as I can play very little guitar to get by, very little of everything, very little. But I laugh because when we're writing, I'm like, Regal, this chord. And he's like, what? And I'm like, this one.
he's like,
So,
the one that goes the ring, that one.
but we've gotten into the groove that we can
Yeah,
kind of get our minds now of, with Rigo, with Poncho, with Luke. I can kind of be like, you know what I'm talking about. And they're like, oh, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So it takes time, and I'm very blessed that they've been so consistent.
Well,
But
I mean, you're blessed because you have a lot of people that believe in you,
yes,
that,
Yeah.
that believe
for
in your
sure.
music and what it is that you're doing. And that it takes a team. That's the one thing that by explaining what the song, it takes a team in order to get it. That's
For sure.
a lot of people believing in the music, a lot of people believing in you as an artist. And,
Yes.
and with good reason, because time and time again, you've proven the fact that you are a great artist. And
Thank you.
that's the one thing that you should take away from that.
Thank
Hello,
you.
everybody. Love Destiny's tone of voice. Truly appreciate her vocals. That's an artist.
Andy.
I'm glad to play Andy Bustamante. Oh my
Mhm.
goodness, girlfriend. Thank you so very
Thank you,
much for
Andy.
doing this. I'm glad to see you again, sweetheart. I did a
Hmm.
music video for Andy.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
tall, beautiful woman.
She is tall. She is
Yes, she
super
is.
tall.
She's tall. She's like I think she was wearing like the
Her
spike boots.
boots.
The
Yeah, the
boots.
spike boots, and I was like, okay, so we're gonna go with an Amazon theme. She's like, no, just kidding. No,
She's super tall, yeah.
I know she's super tall. Somebody get me a box. I gotta stand up. It just Valerie Fettis, it's a cute idea. Now I want one of those little cameras.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
actually enjoyed it. I was like, why did I buy this camera? I'm never gonna use it. But now I'm like, oh, I need more film. So
right.
it's a good
Yeah,
investment.
it's true. Felipe Leo says me too, of course, because of the whole camera thing. Borrado says Indio be good, doing good, a good job on recording music videos. I've seen some of his videos. Great. Thank you, Borrado.
There you go.
I just mentioned it just because of the video. That I don't half the time I don't even charge. So Ford Muscle Luis 97 says, "Hi Destiny, how are you doing?"
Hello.
That's a muscle car guy. Hey, there you go. Destiny, how's your new song called? Why is your hey? I'm assuming
How's my new song? Or
yeah.
why?
How's it doing? I guess
Well,
how's it
it's
doing?
it's actually been doing pretty good. I'm crazy. I have my Apple artists, Spotify artists. I check them constantly, and it's moved up on my popular songs. So I'm really excited for the response, and the video is doing pretty good, and hopefully we'll be pushing it a little bit more.
Mark Fabia says, love everything that comes out of Destiny's Camp. My girl is
Thank you,
amazing.
Mark.
Yeah,
Thank
Mark,
you.
you're the man. Irene gives a big heart as well. You know what? Yeah, you're welcome, sir. Thank you so very much. But I will tell you this: it's on our platform. We play it. And
Thank you.
we average out about 100,000 listeners a month. And I don't do top 10, top 20, and stuff like that because to manage that is too difficult for
Yeah.
me. To maintain the integrity of it is just a little bit too difficult for me. But I do see who buys. because now here comes the speech. I have to do this every show. If you are listening to Cubo Radio on the app, or if you're listening to it on the website, there is an add to cart button on the music. So if you can click on the add to cart button, it will take you to Apple Music. You can buy the song or buy the album. With in Destiny's case, you can buy all of her music. How about that? Just buy it all. See, simple.
Just get it all.
Just get it all, right? It's only 99 cents per song. And you can get it all. However, I do not make any money from that transaction, but because I participate in the program, I do get a discount on my licenses. I am a fully accredited radio station with ASCAP, BMI, CSEC, SOCOR, and all the other ones for 123 countries
Wow.
in the world. Thank you so very much for joining us. If you are an artist, or if you know of a new artist or a band that wants their music to be heard, please send it to admin@cuvoradio.net, and I will be sure to put your music on the radio. It only needs to have two things. Number one, it has to be recorded in industry standards, and number two, it has to have an ISRC code. That is not for me, that is for you, so that way you can collect your royalties that are owed to you. That being said, thank you so very much. Now, for those people that want to get a hold of Destiny stuff, guess what I have? What? Oh.
Wow, you are good.
QR code for Destiny Navaira's website. You can go ahead and get some information from there. So go get it. Go get some. Don't leave her hanging.
Don't
Don't leave her hanging. I'm telling you, that's what you got to do. Take care of the only way we can level up is together, and the only way you can help is help out your artist. Spotify changed the way they pay their royalties earlier this year. At the beginning of January, they changed the way they pay out the real royalties. It's different now. It's actually less. So the best thing to do is buy it. Do you know why?
Yeah.
Because if you put it on your Spotify list and you're like, hey, have you heard that new Destiny song? Let me play it for you. Hold on. Oh, he's buffering. Hold on. Oh, mira, he's buffering. It's buffering again. Hold on. Dude, if you have it on your phone, boom.
So when you're on the lonely road, like you were.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, where you're on the road to Laredo in the middle of nowhere with no bugs and no buzzards and nobody to feed off of your dead flesh.
Right.
You still have Destiny's song you can listen
That's
to.
right.
You'll have Destiny.
And it's forever. It's forever. It's wonderful. It's a beautiful thing. See,
Yes.
and the world is a beautiful place. When you have great music on there, get Destiny Navaira. Go to our website, man. Check it out right there. That's the way to do it. And also, let's see here. Norma Salazar says, "Great to see you, Andy, and I hope you're doing fine." There you go. Mallory says, "Destiny, who was your love interest in the video?" Uh-oh.
So
Here. That was a terrible. Or was that a terrible question, or was one of those?
no.
Or was it?
So
That
it's
was
funny
one of the-
because normally in my videos it's all about me.
It's all about you.
I don't get extras. Like if I do, it's my band or whatever.
Yeah, when I saw it, the first thing I thought was,
Yeah, so when the video came out, like of course, like all my family, my friends are like, "Who is that? And who is that?" And I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" No, he's actually a really good friend of mine. He's from Mexico City, and he was in Monterrey that week. And um, I'm so very uncomfortable acting. Like I am not an actress, so I didn't want a random because
Right.
that would have just been so much more awkward for me. So big shout out to my friend Freddie Gutierrez. He's also a musician, and he just made me so much more comfortable. It was not as kind of like
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that's my friend Freddie, and I think he did a great job. Like I said, he made me feel really comfortable, and he was kind of giving ideas of what we could do, like for different scenes and things like that. But yeah, so everyone's like, "Who is that?"
Well, I from
Chismosos.
just from a person who does music videos, and I've done short stories. I've shot a couple of feature films before. If your talent is uncomfortable, it shows on film.
Yeah, for
Shows.
sure. And that's what I didn't want, because it was a new thing that I was doing, kind
Yeah.
of acting with somebody else, and especially like romantically. I didn't want it to be like, oh, this looks awkward, or
Hold on, Destiny. You're Latina. You said it wrong. It's romantically.
romantico.
No, you're supposed to say you were like a romantically.
No,
That's
no. I'm not one of those.
romantic. just,
romantically.
just no, it's sorry, but no, it's true. And you know what? It's great. I know your brother. He's very
Oh,
animated
he's an
rather.
actor.
He's an actor for
Him
sure.
and my big shout out to my little sister Lauren as well. She just graduated from Stella Adler, the acting school at New
Oh,
York University. So
wow.
she, you want to be an actor? She went to the center of acting. So
Yeah.
we're super proud of her as well.
I'm in the midst of finishing up. Well, I've already finished up the script. I'm rewriting. I'm doing the rewrites, but we're gonna redo a movie, an independent film that was done in the 70s, Amor Chicano, Amor por Siempre. And I rewrote the script. And so,
Wow,
and we're fixing to put it on. So it's
that's
kind of,
awesome.
yeah, we're kind of excited about it and everything else. And, you know, it's funny because it's centered around Tejano music. When it was first put out, there was a lot of Chicano music that was incorporated in it because I was like, this story doesn't make any sense, man. This is really hard for me. And they were like, dude, it was for the music. We don't care what it was about. And I was like, oh, okay, well then I can just take bits and parts of it and make it just a better story. And they were like, yeah, just as long as the music is there. And I was like, okay,
Right.
cool. So then I structured it. I tell people it's essentially it's the Hano version of Purple Rain.
Oh
so
wow.
so that way
Yeah.
we'll have more music to perform and all this other stuff. But anyway, that's you know that's one thing about artists. You know, they have all these abilities. It's always in the artist realm. If it's not a singer that can be an actor, but it's a singer that can be a painter, a singer that can be a photographer.
Something, yeah,
They have that visual, you know, aesthetic. You know, always see it in their head. You know, when they sing something, they see it or they feel it in
for
some way.
sure.
And your music, the way you write it, is it's very inside, internal. You know, it's not a. Some people, it's Pete Astudillo said it best. He goes, "You cannot sing a song and be authentic if you don't feel the song first."
Exactly.
And you know, that was a great line, and he's a great writer himself. You know, and I would love to get your dad's perspective from it because I've actually asked him that question because he's written some great songs, and you know, and I can't imagine him going. So you decided to put the drum riff like this? Why? You're like, let it go, Dad. Let it go.
Let it go.
We
Oh,
got the.
believe me, there are certain things when we're recording that he will not let go, and most of the time he's right, but it's a
like
battle.
like the congas are why? It's just-
Yeah, so it's a good thing to have, and yeah, I just really most of my songs are written through experiences, whether it be love, whether it be just kind of things that happen in my life, and um, like forever, people are like, oh my gosh, like, were you in love and blah blah blah. And I'm like, no, I wrote this song because Rigo had went out on a date, and he came back and he was like, hey, I wrote this song with this girl, and it's English and Spanish. And so I heard it and I was like, I could write a better song than this. So that's how Forever came out. And so it's
Damn.
still an experience. But yeah, so it can come from anywhere. But as long as you have a connection to it, that's when people are really gonna feel you singing it. And I think that's there are very few artists who can truly do that, and that's what I strive to do every performance, every recording. I want you to feel it, and that's advice that I've been given since I was a little girl. I started singing when I was 4 years old, and I remember my grandfather. Uh, he was a bolero man, so he would make me sing slow songs, and he would tell me, you need to act like this is happening to you right now. This is happening to you right now, and that's how you're going to sing it. And I've
Mm.
carried that with me from the start. So that's just a big piece of advice that I have for anybody who's looking to kind of elevate their music. And it's not that you have to be the writer, you just have to connect.
yeah,
You just have to connect, because not everybody's a songwriter, you know and so yeah, I think it's just about how much you want to be part of your project, and really really give yourself to the song, because it that's how you're gonna make it work for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And but it's a beautiful thing that you're able to connect that way artistically and feel the music internally, and to deliver the music the way you do,
Yeah, for
because of
sure.
that it's
It's a
it's
therapy. It's a therapy
yeah.
Yeah.
for me, really. I sometimes we go for a while without playing, and then I have a gig and I let it out, and I feel better. I feel better after.
Mhm.
Sometimes I'm like,
it's,
man,
it's
I didn't
cathartic.
realize how much I needed
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah, it's cathartic because you're
Yeah,
like,
for
it's a
sure.
release. It's a release.
Yeah.
Your dad had something interesting here about
Oh
the
gosh.
guy. He's like, that SOB. It's just like, who is he?
I know.
What's his name? What's his social security?
He
No,
says that,
dad.
but I promise you, if somebody came and asked for my hand, he would be like, "Take her,
You ain't gone yet?
take
No,
her."
no, no. I'm sure he would.
Mhm.
That's terrible. No, no. I seriously doubt that's the case. So, I mean, of all the songs, and I've asked this of other artists because of the fact that, well, especially back in the day, and back in the day, No Te Avantajes de Mí is one of the, it's a great song. I love that song. I played that song all the time. And that was one of the songs on the album that never got pushed. And I have a show that's called Should Have Been a Bigger Hit,
Oh,
because,
that's such a good idea.
yeah, because of the fact that it was songs, great songs that never got the
Oh,
opportunity for
you should let
people
us
to fall in love.
co-host with you because we have so many that we love.
See, that's what I'm saying, because it's true. There's so many songs that were so good that people didn't get the opportunity to fall in love with.
Right.
Which ones of your songs do you wish would have had a bigger push, that you wish?
Uh, for me, on the first album, I really love. I have a cumbia called "Te Fuiste,"
Mhm.
and I love, love, love that song. I think it's super catchy. Um, it's very different musically, and I love that song. So I wish that one. And then the second album, I have a country kind of style ballad called "No Te Perdonaré," and that one for me, we wrote it during the pandemic, and I hear it now, and I'm like, dang, I should have released this as a single. It was just so different that I wasn't sure, if it would be like considered the Hano or considered whatever. But now I feel like that doesn't exist anymore. I feel like
Mhm.
now, it's a free for all. You can kind of do whatever
Mhm.
you want in your music, which is why I think Forever works. Um, it's so very different, and but I would say probably those two, Te Fuiste and No Te Perdonaré. That's one of my favorites that we recorded, and we do it live because I love it so much. I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't care if people don't know this song, we're gonna sing it.
The deal is for me is just because, like I told you, I listen to music. And when I listen to music, I hear the music first. I always hear the music first. I don't understand the words. And
Hey, you gotta go learn Spanish. Stop it already.
I can learn I speak seven languages,
He
believe it or
does.
not.
Yeah, yeah.
I speak seven languages. I do speak Spanish. It's just that you have to understand how I speak, how I understand Spanish. I, I have to hear it and interpret it into English. I don't, it's not
Yeah,
automatic
yeah.
to
You're
me.
not thinking in
Right.
Spanish.
It's the
Yeah.
process.
I
Mhm.
don't. I mean, I envy people that can do it, and I can hold my own. Don't get me wrong. It's not like, you know, but I'm not so savvy to where I can just do it,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. So
Mhm.
I have I have I have to be careful, because the last thing I want is to, to get up there is like, you just told her she's pregnant. It's like, whoops. I don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
So
No, for sure.
so I have that issue. So that's why I have to I have to be careful. But I do listen to the music first. And one of the ones that I did hear, and I was like, man, you know what? This is really a good song. And it was one of the songs that you had released. And because when I get your music. It has to come through a promoter of some sort. I don't just how should I say? Uh, it's like sometimes I get like 10 songs at a time. And so I have to filter through all of it, and I get like 50 emails. It's a pain in my butt. But there's one song that came to me, and it's a pop version of the song, and I really do like this song. And it's called Dime cómo se siente. And I just, man, this song, you know.
That's another one. So that song, we were writing during the pandemic. We were going back and forth to Monterrey, and this guy, he messaged me on Instagram. His name is Max Cantu, and he said, "Hi, ¿cómo estás? Soy Max Cantu, soy compositor, blah, 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 blah." And he basically told me, "I have this song. I can hear you singing it. Listen to it. And if you like it, it's yours." And the demo is just him playing the piano. Great singer.
Nice.
And I heard it. I was in the car on my way to work, and I was like, "What the heck?" I was like, "Oh my God, this is my song. Like, how this is my song." And so I immediately called Rigo, and I was like, "Dude, listen to this song this guy just sent me." It ended up being the album name, the second album, Dime Cómo Se Siente. And during this time, we still are, but we were very obsessed with Casey Musgraves, her album, Golden Hour. And she has a song that kind of is similar to the sounds you hear in Dime. We wanted to make it kind of like that kind of song. And of course, I was like, man, we have to make this like a power ballad. And it was just such a great process recording that song. And like I said, it was the album name because I really feel like that song captured everything I wanted for people to hear me, the way I sing, what I'm trying to do as a female singer. And I love the desamor, I love the heartbreak, and that song just really had a little bit of everything I wanted. So definitely that one's one of my favorites too.
Yeah, I put it on the air. I was like,
Thank
I
you.
mean, because and Barbie's here to testify. Good music needs to be heard. That's our motto. Good music needs to be heard. Period. That's all there is.
We
to
do
it.
that one live as well.
Yeah, and that's a great. But let's go ahead and take a listen to "No Te Perdoné" from Navaira, and it goes like this.
Falsas caricias te sentiste bien. Yo ya sabía que esto iba a pasar. Es lamentable, ya no hay marcha atrás. Te quedaste solo, ya no vuelvas jamás. No te perdonaré tu maldito desprecio. No te perdonaré todo el mal que me has hecho. El destino fue cruel otra vez conmigo. No acepto más dolor, voy a echarte al olvido. No te perdonaré tu maldito desprecio. No te perdonaré todo el mal que me has hecho. El destino fue cruel otra vez conmigo. No acepto más dolor, voy a echarte al olvido. Me tiraste al olvido, me dejaste vacío.
Uh-oh, I think we lost him.
Sorry, I always
It's okay.
mute my mic during the videos. There we
There he
go.
is.
Can't hear you.
You're on mute. So what do you think about that song, Barbie?
I liked it.
That's my
Definitely.
I say I'm not a toxica, but all my songs are toxica songs.
We all got a little toxica in us, no matter what. I mean, I do for sure. I think that's why I stay single, so I don't have to, get in trouble.
That's true, girl. That's
Stay
true.
single. No,
For
but it was
sure.
good. I did like the
Hey,
forever
can y'all hear
video
me now?
too.
Yeah,
Yes,
there
sir.
you go.
Okay, sorry about that, guys.
You're
I
good.
was having problems with my system. Sorry. It's a great song.
Thank
It's just-
you.
Yes.
sorry. I lost the comments real quick. Let's see here. Mallory says, I love that song. Raulita says, Ahua.
Yeah,
Gigi
that
Lashikana
was
says,
one of
nice. Mart Mart says, I had to take a drink to that one. Of course.
yeah.
Borrado says, it's a lady show now. Thank you. You got rid of
Isn't it
me.
always?
No, you know what? It's a great song, and that's why I like it so much. I mean, that's
Thank
one of the
you.
songs that I did like, but it's just that I get all these songs, and I'm like, just, you know what? This is how much I love music. I got a call last month or 2 months ago from my brother, and he's like, dude, you got a Christmas song playing right now. And I go, I
Oh
know.
yeah.
He's like, it's a Christmas song. And I go, I know. I like it. That's why I'm playing it. What's wrong with Christmas songs? I mean, they're
No,
good
yeah.
songs.
If you feel, you feel sick and again, that's one of the things that we really try to do when we're writing and luckily things have just been coming out and we put it down. I have so many voice memos on my phone and on the little computer we have, we try to put down what we can and then go into the studio and create, what's in our head. But I think my second album, apart from this third one we're working on, I think my second album really kind of speaks true to that. And if you listen to it, hopefully you don't want to skip a track, and it just kind of takes you everywhere. And that's what I wanted, and we were just so proud when we found out we were nominated for the Latin Grammy. I don't think it hit me until we actually got home from Vegas. So from September we were prepping, right? All the way. We went to November 16th. We were there and we came home. And then I was like, that just happened,
That-
and with this second album, it was truly um, my baby. I mean, we from the beginning to the end, it was just such a beautiful process and
Yeah.
very different from the first. And uh, I think all the songs, the way they mixed and I like to make albums. I know a lot of people are doing EPs right now, and that's kind of like the new thing, and I understand that, and it's great. But for me, I personally like to make albums. I just feel like each album kind of tells a different time period of my life,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
you can hear that through not only the songs but when I'm recording it's usually during a certain time frame, so even my voice is different each time. And so I really enjoy doing albums. I'm working on a third full length that'll
Mhm.
probably be out sometime next year, but I'll be having some singles. So Forever is the first. I'm working on some collaborations that I'm really excited about. And it's going to be everywhere. The genre, it's not a genre album. It's going to be a little R&B. It's going to be a little,
Nice.
regional Mexican. It's going to be a little bit country. I mean, it's just being from Texas. That's the other thing that I really enjoy. We can do it all. And,
oh yeah, most
and
definitely.
it's not out of our comfort zone. So that's
I've
what I
done
really
a
do.
I've
Looking
done
forward to that.
I've gotten amassed some interviews for a documentary on Tejano music, and what I've quickly learned is that the people that I've interviewed, it wasn't Tejano music, it was Chicano music.
Yeah.
And their influences were rock and roll and R&B and country music and all these different genres. And the main reason that it was called Tejano music in the first place was because most of the people that were playing it were from Texas.
Texas.
Outside of that, there really wasn't a connection. It was mostly Chicano music, and that's really what it was. And so that's kind of that's you're staying true to the whole thing, and which is great. Norma says it was a beautiful and awesome vocals in that song.
Thank you.
Raulito says no te perdoné forever. Mallory says I love the saddest songs too. Mart says it is a possibility that I'm not her number one fan, but I can argue that I'm in top 5.
For sure.
For the moment we met in 2015, every single and album is on my phone and played at least once a day.
Thank you, Mark.
wow.
Aw,
There you go, Mark.
Wow.
Thank you so very
Thank
much.
you,
Gigi
Mark.
La Chicana says, yes, Tejano is everything.
yes.
And Borrado Lopez says, Tejano music lives on forever. There you
Forever.
go.
For sure. And it's such a beautiful place to come from. And sometimes it does get a little discouraging, because it's not where we could be, and for certain reasons, right?
Right.
But I think people, I've been blessed. Again, we've gone to the Grammys. I've won new female vocalist of the year twice. um but I think I want more, and
Mhm.
I'm not satisfied, because I got to see when it was the glory days, and I got to
Right.
see
Yeah.
so many obstacles that my uncle and my dad um defeated, that I remember that, being a little kid, being able to live that was my dream, and it still is, so there's a lot of things that I hope to break barriers with my music, doing interviews. I feel like I've come a long way. I used to kind of be like, okay, put your smile on, and it's not that I'm not happy to do them. It's just that I've been able to relay the message that I want a little bit better, and more truthfully, and more, with more purpose. And so I'm an advocate for Tejano music, whether people think my music is Tejano or not. Um, it's in my veins. I come from, arguably, to me, the king of Tejano, and
Oh, most
I
definitely.
For sure.
I will never escape it. I can record a reggaeton song and it's gonna sound somewhat Tejano. I can record a rap. I can try to rap and it's gonna still sound Tejano, because guess what? That's who I am. That's how I
Yeah.
write. And so I'm a big advocate for it. I don't like to say I'm not Tejano. I it's who I am. It's who we are, and people see my name and that's what they think. Maybe it's a little bit different, but it's evolving. I'm a huge Intocable fan. I think they have done such a great job of evolving our genre, and really taking it to the next level. La Mafia is a prime example of a group that has been there basically from the start, and has evolved and kept going, and kept their principles, not following a fad, not following a trend, being true to themselves, but not falling behind. And I think that's my goal, is to I want to be 100 years old in a wheelchair singing on the stage if I have to. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just who I am, and I've been lucky to learn from these people. I've had great mentors. Oscar and Mondo have been mentors for me. Elida Reina, she'll call me, and I'm like, oh my God, Elida's calling me, and just gives me great advice. Just so many musicians and artists who have given me encouragement and words that I take to heart, and I think that our genre, we're suffering a little, as far as it wasn't like it was back in the day, but there's no reason we can't get back to it. We just have to find that way, and make our way like they did before,
Yeah,
so
I think the I think one of the problems that we have with the Tejano music is, first of all, it's in a different era. I think this has a lot to do with it. We put ourselves in bubbles because of this. We do not expand our horizons. We let this dictate where
yeah.
we live, who we are, and this is a huge problem because we don't exist outside of this.
Yep.
We recreate ourselves. We have avatars. We recreate ourselves with this, and that's a huge problem. We stop being humans. We start being things, and the music industry is different now. The way it's
Very.
produced, the way it's sold, the way it's produced, the way everything. So there is, but there's still plenty of opportunity for us to keep advancing. I know people still love it. Last year, our radio station last year, we had 1,400,000 listeners last year for the entire
Wow.
year. You know, and that's a lot of attention. You know, and
Yeah, I think it's out there. I think the people are out there for
Mm.
sure. Especially right now that Frontera is up there.
Yeah.
Like I
yeah,
said, Becky G. I mean, it's all about being Latino, all about being Mexicano right now, and I think that we should really jump on it because
Yeah.
I mean, this is our opportunity, and that's what we're doing. You know, I tell Rigo, share wherever you can, whatever you can. You know, let's put our different influences in. I mean, Karim Leon, you listen to his album, he's got steel guitar, and I think he's from Hermosillo. Like he's got a steel guitar in his
mhm,
album, and actually his steel guitar player recorded on our second album, and so it's just nothing is off limits right now, and
yeah,
I think that
Mm.
again we are so versatile, we should be in that first place spot. And
Yeah.
it's just about getting to where we need to be. And like you're saying, not putting ourselves in this bubble, um,
correct,
realizing that there's a bigger world, there's a bigger
correct.
audience that we can reach, and not be
Mhm.
scared to jump over that hurdle. Because if you're scared, you're going to get stuck.
No,
And
most definitely.
you have to take
Yeah.
that risk.
Real
One of the
quick,
things,
I wanted to say something real quick. Destiny, I wanted to comment. I love hearing you say that, you're grateful for what you have and what you've gone through, but you're not satisfied.
Yeah.
I love that
Thank you.
because that will help us push this genre where it needs to be. And I really feel like you're a pioneer in this, genre, in the Tejano genre, and you're going to push it to where it needs to be back in its glorified state. And like you said, right now is the prime opportunity to do it. I mean, just this year, I believe the CMAs just added Tejano as a category, so right now is the prime time with all the, Becky G's and Grupo Frontera. I mean, and for you to have that passion and everything you speak of is that positivity to move us forward and be at the forefront, like you said, and I advocate for that all the time, that we need to be driving the bus, not sitting in the back of the bus, and I love that you, like you said, you're not satisfied, you want to keep pushing, and I can't wait to see you do that in this industry, and I'm
Thank
looking
you.
forward to that third album.
yeah,
Thank you.
that's definitely the case because of the fact that we, you know,
And I'm a
it.
terca, and I won't stop.
I know, and that's why I think I like you a lot, because I could feel that those same words. I say the same thing. I'm grateful for what I have. I'm blessed, but I'm not satisfied. I
Yeah.
always want more. And when
And
you
it's
said
not
that, I
it's
was
not so
like,
much of
girl.
of,
it's
I feel
it's
like it's
not
not so much of me wanting it. Yes, I want it, but it's more because the music, again, to me, it's a family thing. It's
Right,
making my family proud, and it's
right,
just something that I feel like I have to do, you
uh,
know?
right. It
and also
deserves it. I
also
feel
let's
like it
just
deserves it.
yeah,
Yeah.
let's just to be clear, it's a strive. It's not a
Mhm.
greed kind of thing. It's
Yeah,
a
it's not.
Right.
striving
It's
to
a
be.
strive.
It's a
Hmm.
strive to be better. And that's the I speak Latin, and Latin's a dead language because it never evolved.
Mm.
There is no word for microwave in Latin
Oh, wow. Make one up.
because it never evolved. Huh?
Make one up.
She said, "Make one up."
Yeah, make one up.
He would be the guy to make one up.
There is none. There is none. But
No, but yeah, it's involvement. It's
yeah,
moving forward. You
it's
know.
evolving. That's where it
Mhm.
all comes from. Most of our alphabet comes from the
Right.
Babylonian script, and Babylonian doesn't exist anymore because it never evolved. And that's the truisms that we need to understand. but it's going to take people like you, Destiny. It's going to take artists like you, young people that want to
Yeah.
move forward. Yes, paying homage to the status quo, or not
Always.
to the
Yeah.
people that are there, but still, and that comes with humility, but also moving forward and striving for more, and
Yeah.
striving to get what belongs to you, because of
Yeah,
the fact that you have done something. You've carved your own footsteps, your own what belongs to you,
I
you
appreciate
know.
that. And it's been I feel like it hasn't, or it's been a long time, but really, I mean, I started recording and stuff back in 2018. So it's been about 6 years that I've been
Yeah.
doing it. And it feels like forever, right? But um, it's just such a rewarding thing. And sometimes, my schedule is like jam packed and I'm like so exhausted. And, but then again, I get a notification of, so and so shared forever, or, you know, um, I've been actually really blessed to have shared forever with some different artists. I've gotten response from Baby Bash. I've gotten
Mhm.
response from Frankie J. I've gotten response from Paula Deanda.
Mhm.
Just different people that I look up to, and it just gives me that you know reassurance that okay, I'm on the right track. I'm not going so far out that it's not in the right direction. So I'm just I love feedback, good or bad. I really take everything with a grain of salt. And it's also because I know that we can back it up. And that's the thing. I think when people hear me perform live, which I don't perform every weekend because it's just not right now in my journey. I think it will come soon. That's one of the things I'm working on for next year. But I feel like when people hear us live, um, it changes the game. And so
Yes.
I really encourage people, if you're like, I don't know about these kids or whatever, come out and check it out, because we really do leave it all on stage. And
Yes.
that's just,
it's
again,
it's
something
it's
that we
a
were taught, so the way we were brought up. And no matter what we're singing, at the benefit, we sang two of my uncle's songs because we knew that the people wanted to hear that. But it's a little different, when you're singing your own music. And when I see people sing along to some of the songs, I'm like, wow, like they know they know my lyrics. Like this is what I was feeling. And that's like, to me, the biggest reward. I can't wait to have a stadium or a field of people, and I don't even have to sing. I think that is like, as a singer and as a songwriter, one of the greatest rewards that you can have. um, and so I just appreciate everyone who's given us feedback, and who's called us for shows and things like that. We don't play all the time, but when we do, we've been blessed to have great shows, and just really meet a lot of great people at the shows every time. Everyone's like,
Right.
"Are you? Do you get?" And sweating so much.
sweat, sweating a lot. By the way, this is so hot.
Look at his shirt.
I know.
Poor Rigo.
I know.
Yeah. Kind of camouflages a little bit.
And it's so hot, but she smiles, and I was like smiling right back at her, and I'm like, why am I smiling? I'm miserable, but I couldn't help it. It's just like, I
I
loved it
love.
so much. I loved it so much.
We have so much fun. It's a special experience. Every time we're on stage, and uh, I have to like kind of remind myself. I get so pumped up, and
Mhm.
my dad's like, "Stop dancing so much." I'm like, "I'm sorry, I can't help it." But yeah,
Yeah.
it's just it's a great thing that I get to live out with my brother, with my family. And uh, we really just we have a great time. I mean, that's what we love to do. And it's work. It's a lot of hard work, but at the
Yeah.
same time, you know, I couldn't ask for a better passion. I've always known what I've wanted to do since I was a kid, And
Yeah.
so I can't ask, I thank God for that, because I feel like I've never had to, who am I or what do I want? And, it's always kind of been instilled in me. So, um,
I told Rigo, I was like, um, after the accident, yeah, it was like a year afterwards. Y'all were going around as
mhm,
Los Navairas,
mhm.
and I actually brought you to San Angelo to perform at the River Stage.
Yes, I remember
And
that.
I was the guy that brought y'all there. And he's like,
Oh,
"Oh my
so
God, that was you!" Yeah, that was me. And so
I remember
you're
that. I
you were
remember.
you were you were like 12, I think, or 13.
Yeah,
I don't have
I
I
think
haven't
when we started, I was like 14, 15.
yeah, 14 or 15. I know
Yeah.
you were still young. And
Yeah.
so, and I was like, don't tell me how old you were because you're going to make me feel old. But, but no,
Yeah. No,
it was a,
it's been such a cool, journey. And um just again, we're just very blessed that we get to do this, and that people, respond. And I know it's, again, sometimes it gets discouraging, but as long as you keep going, it's just, you'll find your reward, and you'll get it, and you'll get
Right.
that feeling again,
let me try to
for
catch up
sure.
on some of these comments because I
Oh
haven't
yeah.
been able to put them up real quick. Let's see here. Borrado says Tejano music lives on forever. Gigi La Chicana says yes. Tejano is not dead; it is evolving. Borrado shares that I
Yes.
have been on in the old studio from La Mafia. I was there as a kid. My uncle worked for La Mafia. Mart says they are the band name Intocable.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Intocable number one.
Hilda says, hi, guys. Destiny, you are so much an inspiration. I love your
Oh,
voice, and your new song is fire."
thank you.
And Hilda, thank you so very much for joining us. Let's see here. March says, "Let me know if you need some triangle or a kazoo on your next album."
Not a kazoo.
Not a kazoo. Yes, like. You know. Edith Montemayor Nino says,
Edie.
"Hi, D. How are you doing?" Uh,
Love you, Edie.
Mart says, "Dester, do you have any upcoming shows during the Pride Month? Please tell me you do so I can make arrangements to come on out if you can." And let's see here. The rest, I'm sorry, guys. I can't read all of those. But no,
Yeah, so we've got some shows coming up. Unfortunately, during Pride, I don't have. I'm participating in a couple events, but I'm not singing. But in July 4th, we're gonna be in Benitas, Texas, which is in the Valley. We're playing a festival, 4th of July, with Cornelio Damian Reina, which is Cornelio Reina's grandson.
mhm.
And that show is gonna be my brother, myself, and my dad. July 4th in
Oh
Benitas,
wow.
Texas. And then August 16th, I'm not sure if I can say it yet, but we'll be here in San Antonio. And then August and 22nd through the 26th or whatever, we'll be in Milwaukee. And then the 31st, we'll be at Chente's celebration here in San Antonio. Superfest, I think it's called.
Yeah,
August 31st, we'll be here. And September, I've got a couple gigs. I've got one in Austin and also one in Fort Worth. So they're a little spread, but we'll be getting out there. I'm
those.
I'm actually excited to like relax for 1 week in the summer.
Yeah, definitely relax and take it easy.
Yeah,
Hey,
just
we
we'll be going back and forth to Monterrey to be recording and stuff. So traveling nonetheless, but a little bit more on the down low. And
correct.
yeah, I mean, just you guys follow me on all social media at Destiny Navaira on all social platforms. And yeah, I try to post I try to, post wherever we're gonna be and what we're doing. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who's followed me and shared my stuff, or just comments and things. It really does mean a lot to me. It's me. If I reply to you, it's really me.
Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and give you the floor so that way you can send out all your shout outs and
Yeah.
remind people where they can go. It's all you, girlfriend. We're going to go ahead and step out.
Yeah, so thank you guys so much once again de parte de su servidora Destiny Navaira. Please follow me Instagram, Twitter, or X, Facebook, YouTube, all the social media platforms at Destiny Navaira to see where we'll be and where we'll be performing. And then my new song, of course, Forever, is out on all digital platforms. The music video is out. Please go ahead and download and save all the music that's coming out. I appreciate it so much. I want to give a big shout out to my team, to my record label Unimusic, para todos que están viendo de México también. Muchísimas gracias por todo el apoyo. Para mi hermano Rigo, mi papi Raulito, my mom, who's there for me all the time. To everybody who's part of Team Destiny, thank you so much. Ruben, David, everybody who helps me do what I do. I appreciate it so much. And I love you guys. Please follow me and just be ready for Destiny to take over 2024 and 2025.
Yay. Wait for that album.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. Sorry, I just muted myself. There I am. Okay. Destiny, I've always enjoyed your commenting on your photos and your Facebook and Instagram and
Thank
everything
you.
else. That's what they say. And your YouTube channel, she already said Destiny Navaira. It's always Destiny Navaira.
Mhm.
Angelique Alvarez, another beautiful woman from Tejano.
Angelique.
Angelique, how are you doing, sweetheart? I absolutely love Destiny. Her songs, her style, her voice,
Oh,
and
thank
just
you, girl.
everything about her is
Thank you.
fire. Thank you so very much, Angelique, for joining us. I really do appreciate you, sweetheart. Thank you so very much, Destiny, for joining us. I really do appreciate you being here and sharing your wonderful stories and your show. I really do appreciate you coming here. This is your home. You can come back
Thank
anytime
you.
you want. Whenever you want us to share some information, news and information for us, please give us a call. Let us know so that we can share it with the world. We'd be happy to do that. And Barbie, do you have anything going on, girlfriend?
We have a big festival going on at the Kima Boardwalk. It's Tejano Nights at the Kima Boardwalk. It starts off this weekend, and we will have Houston's own Imposible, and then Cindy Ramos y su conjunto will be out here. So I can't wait for that.
That'll be awesome. So support Tejano music. The best way to support your favorite artists, go out to their shows, buy their merch. That's how you do it. Go to their shows, buy their merch, buy their album, buy their songs. That's how you support your artist. Go out there. And if you want them to perform in your location, tell your promoters, tell your clubs, tell them, hey, you know what? Destiny Navaira is kicking butt. Her new song is amazing. Check it out. It's right here on my phone. I bought it. It costs less than my soda. And then you just play it for them. And they're like, oh my gosh, you're right. That's just an amazing song. Thank you so very much for bringing it to me. My life is complete now. And then they will ask her to come. See?
Yes.
And that's how it works. And we're
Exactly.
all better for it. That's it. That's beautiful. Just like that.
Promote the positivity and the growth.
Always. Thank you so very much, guys. I really do appreciate you, Destiny. Destiny, if you could hold on just a little bit so we can take some radio business after this.
Sure.
Thank you so very much, Barbie Chick. Thank you for being here. On Monday's show, we will have Gary Hobbs. Thank you so very much, guys, for being here. I really do appreciate you. And if you had a bad day today, if today was not your day, just remember, every day, planes take off against the wind. You matter. You are loved. With that being said, we're going to leave you with Destiny's current hit right now, Forever, from Destiny Navaira. Be sure to check it out. That is Destiny's website. So go support her, man. Buy her music. Check it out, man. She's got a lot of great songs, man. All of them hits. Fire.
Thank you.
All of them. Go and check it out. Goes like this. We'll be right back. Well, we won't be back, but thank you so very much. We'll see y'all.